We are reading in the book of Joshua, and I'll be reading chapters 16 and 17. I did already make this video, and I have no idea what happened. It disappeared into cyberspace, and a Psalms video was downloaded in its place. So if you watched the first Joshua chapter 16 and 17 video, I'm very sorry. We're going to read it now. So Joshua chapter 16, the land given to Ephraim and West Manasseh. The allotment for the descendants of Joseph extended from the Jordan River near Jericho, east of the springs of Jericho, through the wilderness and into the hill country of Bethel. From Bethel, that is Luz, it ran over to Ataroth in the territory of the Arkites. Then it descended westward to the territory of the Japhletites as far as Lower Beth-horon, then to Gezer and over to the Mediterranean Sea. This was the homeland allocated to the families of Joseph's sons, Manasseh and Ephraim, the land given to Ephraim. The following territory was given to the clans of the tribe of Ephraim. The boundary of their homeland began at Ataroth-addar in the east. From there it ran to Upper Beth-horon, then on to the Mediterranean Sea. From Micmethath on the north, the boundary curved eastward past Taanath-shiloh to the east of Janoah. From Janoah, it turned southward to Ataroth and Naarah, touched Jericho, and ended at the Jordan River. From Tappuah, the boundary extended westward, following the Kanah Ravine to the Mediterranean Sea. This is the homeland allocated to the clans of the tribe of Ephraim. In addition, some towns with their surrounding villages and the territory allocated to the half-tribe of Manasseh were set aside for the tribe of Ephraim. They did not drive the Canaanites out of Gezer. However, so the people of Gezer live as slaves among the people of Ephraim to this day. Chapter 17, the land given to West Manasseh. The next allotment of land was given to the half-tribe of Manasseh, the descendants of Joseph's older son. Machir, the firstborn son of Manasseh, was the father of Gilead. Because his descendants were experienced soldiers, the regions of Gilead and Bashan on the east side of the Jordan had already been given to them. So the allotment on the west side of the Jordan was for the remaining families within the class of the tribe of Manasseh: Abiezer, Helek, Asriel, Shechem, Hefer, and Shemitah. These clans represent the male descendants of Manasseh, son of Joseph. However, Zelophehad, a descendant of Hefer, son of Gilead, son of Machir, son of Manasseh, had no sons. He had only daughters, whose names were Mahlah, Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. We read about them also in the book of Numbers. These women came to Eleazar the priest, Joshua son of Nun, and the Israelite leaders and said, "The Lord commanded Moses to give us a grant of land along with the men of our tribe." So Joshua gave them a grant of land along with their uncles, as the Lord had commanded. As a result, Manasseh's total allocation came to 10 parcels of land, in addition to the land of Gilead and Bashan across the Jordan River, because the female descendants of Manasseh received a grant of land along with the male descendants. The land of Gilead was given to the rest of the male descendants of Manasseh. The boundary of the tribe of Manasseh extended from the border of Asher to Micmethath near Shechem. Then the boundary went south from Micmethath to the settlement near the spring of Tappuah. The land surrounding Tappuah belonged to Manasseh, but the town of Tappuah itself, on the border of Manasseh's territory, belonged to the tribe of Ephraim. From the spring of Tappuah, the boundary of Manasseh followed the Kanah Ravine to the Mediterranean Sea. Several towns south of the ravine were inside Manasseh's territory, but they actually belonged to the tribe of Ephraim. In general, however, the land south of the ravine belonged to Ephraim, and the land north of the ravine belonged to Manasseh. Manasseh's boundary ran along the northern side of the ravine and ended at the Mediterranean Sea. North of Manasseh was the territory of Asher, and to the east was the territory of Issachar. The following towns within the territory of Issachar and Asher, however, were given to Manasseh: Beth-shan, Ibleam, Dor, that is Naphoth, Dor, Endor, Tanakh, and Megiddo, each with their surrounding settlements. But the descendants of Manasseh were unable to occupy these towns because the Canaanites were determined to stay in that region. Later, however, when the Israelites became strong enough, they forced the Canaanites to work as slaves. But they did not drive them out of the land. And that's what God had told them to do. God told them to drive the Canaanites out of the land. And we're going to see later how much this causes problems down the road. The descendants of Joseph came to Joshua and asked, "Why have you given us only one portion of land as our homeland, when the Lord has blessed us with so many people?" Some of those people were Canaanites. Joshua replied, "If there are so many of you, and if the hill country of Ephraim is not large enough, clear out land for yourself in the forest where the Perizzites and Rephaites live." The descendants of Joseph responded, "It is true that the hill country is not large enough for us, but all the Canaanites in the lowlands have iron chariots. But those in Bethshan and its surrounding settlements, and those in the valley of Jezreel, they are too strong for us." They're acting in fear. Then Joshua said to the tribes of Ephraim and Manasseh, the descendants of Joseph, "Since you are so large and strong, you will be given more than one portion. The forest of the hill country will be yours as well. Clear as much land as you wish, and take possession of its farthest corners. And you will drive out the Canaanites from the valleys too, even though they are strong and have iron chariots," because God will be with them. So that's the end of Joshua chapter 17. And I'm so sorry if you tried to watch this before. I don't know what happened. But you'd be surprised at how much trouble YouTube has given me. Sometimes I think it's because I'm in the Word of God that I'm having these unknown challenges. But thank you so much for being here, and we are almost done with the book of Joshua, just a couple chapters left. I am hoping to read them very soon. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you're having a blessed day. If you have any questions about the Word of God, it shouldn't be a race to read through it. Enjoy it, take your time, chew on the Word of God, meditate on the Word of God, and spend time understanding the details, because the Word just becomes more and more and more alive. So thank you for joining me, and thank you for letting me know that there was a video error. Hopefully it goes well this time. So have a blessed day, and talk to you soon.